Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you. So, are you still good to continue our class right now? Or you want to have a break like 2 to 3 minutes? Yes? No? Yes? No. Okay, so we can continue our class right now? Okay, good. So, before we start our lesson for today, I want to ask a simple questions. Okay, a few simple questions or basic questions that regarding to our topic that we will learn for today. Okay, are you guys ready? Ready? Okay, good. Okay, so the first question is, what is the most essential thing for us to stay alive? Okay, Shahira. Water. Alia, what's your answer? Air. Ahmad? Air. Okay, thank you. So, the correct answer is air. Air is the most essential thing for us, for human being to stay alive. Water also the essential thing, but air is the most essential thing, the most important. Okay, got it. Okay, so, how does air enter our body? Okay, Ali, how does air enter our body? Yes, through our mouth or through our nose. Okay, good. So, when air enter our body, does it remains in our body or not? Okay, Alia. Good. No, because there will be a giving out of air. Okay, so as we know that there is a situation that our body will taking in air and giving out air. So, can someone tell me what is a body system that related to this kind of phenomena? Yes, good, respiratory system. So, what we're gonna learn for today is breathing mechanism in humans. Okay, so before we continue our class, I will share with you about our learning outcomes that you need to be able to achieve by the end of our class. Okay, ready? Okay, good. Alright, so this is there are 3 learning outcomes that we have that you need to be able, you have to be able to achieve by the end of our lessons for today. Okay, so the first one is you have to be able to describe the breathing mechanism in humans. The second one is explain the 5 important processes of human breathing mechanism, and the last one is explain the difference between inhalation and exhalations. So take note this, okay, because this is so important. Okay. Alright, so in our respiration, there are 2 steps of our respiration. So what is that? Okay, so the first one is breathing. The second one is cellular respiration. As for today, we will focus on breathing only. Okay? So, in our breathing mechanism, there are also 2 steps that involve, which is what? Can someone tell me? Did you get any idea what is the 2 steps of breathing? Okay, Ahmad. Okay, good. So the first one is inhalation. Okay, so the second one is exhalation. Okay, good. So this is the basic thing, this basic knowledge of respiratory system that you need to know. Okay, so when we inhale, what happened? What kind of situation that happened in our body? Yes, we taking in air into our we are taking in air into our body. So, what kind of gas that enter our body when we inhale? Shahira, what is that? Oxygen. Shazana, what is the formula of oxygen? O2. Good. O2. So, what happened when we exhale? What kind of situation that happening when we exhale? Yes, we are giving out of air. And then, what type of gas that are giving out from our body? Carbon dioxide. Ahmad, what is the formula of carbon dioxide? CO2. Good. CO2. Okay, so you guys have to take note this, okay? Okay, so before we continue our class, I want to have an activity. A simple activity, which is let's demonstrate how we inhale and how we exhale. Okay, together, okay? First inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. So, can you feel any difference when you inhale and when you exhale? On your chest or on your stomach? Yes, Shahira, can you share with us what kind of difference that you feel when you inhale and exhale? Okay, good. When you inhale, your chest like bulge out, right? It bulge out, it like expanding. How about when you exhale? Yes, it come back to its normal state, right? Try one more. Inhale, exhale. Alright, good. So, I have this model. So, have you ever seen this model before? So, what is the name of this model? Yes, this is a lung model. How did you know that this is a lung? Because of these two balloons inside the bottle? Okay, good. So, before we go further with this model, let's brainstorm a little bit about the thing that represent here. Okay, so what is the black straw representing? Trachea. Okay, good. And then how about the two red balloons inside the bottle? Okay, Shahira, what is this? Lungs. Okay, good. So, how about the purple diaphragm, the third balloon? Ahmad, what is this? Yes, this is diaphragm. Okay, and then so, what we call the bottle? Yes, Shazana, what we call this? Alia, what we call this? Okay, so we call this as chest cavity or thorax cavity. Okay, so right now I will demonstrate to you this lung model on the situation that happening when we inhale and exhale. Okay, look carefully, okay? So the first thing first is I will pull out this purple balloon and then I will let go. Okay, I will do it one more time. First, I will pull it downward, the balloon, and then I let go. So what's happening right now? Alright, so when we pulling down the purple balloon, what happened to the balloon, to two balloons inside the bottle? What happened? It expanding, right? So why it expanding? Because it like I'm forcing air to enter the balloons, right? So this is kind of inhalation process, inhalation situation. And then how about when I let go? The balloons come back to its normal condition, normal state. So what does it mean? Because the air is pushing out of the bottle. It will rush out to from the two balloons inside the bottle. Because of what? Because of pressure and volume. When the volume is decreasing, when the volume is decreasing, the pressure will be increased. So the air got no space for it to move inside the balloons. So it will rush out. Because of what? Because the atmosphere, the outside atmosphere have more spaces and low its pressure. So this kind of phenomena is a same phenomena which are similar situation that happening exactly in our lung, in our body, when we inhale and when we exhale. So can you understand? Yes. Good. Do you have any question? Okay, I will show you one more time. Okay, got it. Got it, everyone? Okay, good. So next, I will proceed with, this one. Okay, so this is our human respiratory system. So, can you tell me, what is our respiratory tract? Okay, the first one is the air air flows to our nose or our mouth, and then trachea, and then bronchi, and then lung. Okay, good. So this is the basic tract. Okay, the basic knowledge of our respiratory system. Okay, good. So what happens when we inhale? So what happens, guys, when we inhale? Okay, so there are 5 important processes that happening when we inhale and when we exhale. So first, we are focusing on inhalation. So steps for inhalation process is, the first thing is we look at the intercostal muscle. Intercostal muscle can be found at the rib cage. Okay, so as for inhalation process, the intercostal muscle, there are 2 types, which is external and internal. So when for inhalation process, the external intercostal muscle will contract and internal will be relaxed. So when the intercostal muscle react, what happened to our ribcage movement? Okay, so our ribcage movement will be go upward and downward. Okay, are you following me right now? Okay, good. And then, so I want to ask, why ribcage move whenever the intercostal muscle reacts? Okay, as I said just now, the intercostal muscle located can be found at the ribcage. So whenever it reacts, it will affect the movement of ribcage. Okay, got it? So what happening to our diaphragm when what happening to our diaphragm? It will go flatten. The muscle will go downward and it will be flattened. So what is the shape of our diaphragm? It is dome shape, or can be simply said it is a curvy. Okay, it's curvy. So when we inhale, the curvy shape of our diaphragm will go flat. Okay, good. So what happened when our when our lung expanding? Yeah, what happened? Yes, the volume inside our chest cavity, inside our lung, will increase. And what happened to our pressure? Yes, pressure will be decreased. Okay, understand? Why it decreasing? Because there are huge space inside our lung. So the pressure will be lowered, will decreasing. So what happened to the air movement? So the air will be enter our lung, because there are lower pressure inside our chest, inside our lung, and a high pressure of outside atmosphere. Okay, got it. Okay, so Ahmad, I want to ask you, what happened when we exhale? Okay, good. It is reverse what? It is reverse phenomena. It's a reverse situation, or we can say it is vice versa. So when we exhale, what happened to our intercostal muscle, internal and external intercostal muscle? When we inhale, the external intercostal muscle is contracting. So what happened when we exhale? Yes, the external will be relaxed and the internal will be contract. Now the internal will work. Okay, got it? Okay, and then what happened to our rib cage? Yes, it will be moved downward and inward. And then what happened to our diaphragm? The muscle will go upward or inward, and the shape will go back to its normal state, which is its dome shape. Okay, from flat it will go curve shape back. Got it? So what happened to our chest cavity? What happened to our volume for our lung? Yes, volume will be decreasing and the pressure will be what, class? Yes, increasing. So what happened to our air movement? Yes, air will be forced out from our body. But why does it happen? Because there are no more spaces in our lung. Okay, the volume of our lung is decreasing. Become its normal state, or it become a smaller one, and then the pressure is increasing. No more space for air. No more space for air to move. So air will be rushing out from our lung to find a better place for them to move. Okay, so it kind of a balanced air pressure, because when the inside of our body, when the air pressure inside of our lung is increasing, so it means that the outside atmosphere, the air pressure of outside atmosphere is lower, so the air will be moved out. So we will exhale, like we will giving out air. Okay, so can you understand until that? Yes. Okay, so you have to know, you have to remember, you have to understand first, and then you have to remember. Okay, inhale and exhaling is a vice versa. It is a reverse reaction. So whenever you understand the part of inhalation, so it means that you can understand the part of exhalation. Okay, good. Alright, so now, since you don't have any question regarding our lesson, okay, let's do second activity to evaluate your understanding and your whether you remember it or not. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we go first with what? Okay, we go first with inhale. So when we inhale, what happened to our intercostal muscle reaction? The external will contract and the internal will relax. Okay. And then what happened to the ribcage movement? The ribcage movement will be go upward and downward. It expanding the lung. It expanding the ribcage. Okay, and then what happened to our diaphragm reaction? Yes, it will become flattened, right? Okay, so the muscle will contract, which is the curve will go downward and flatten it. Okay, and then what happened to our thoracic cavity? What happened to our volume and pressure? Yes, volume will be increased and the pressure will be decreased. Good. And then how about the air movement? The air will go into our lung. Yes, good. So what happened when we exhale? It is a reverse reaction, right? Okay, so when we exhale, the process of exhalation, so what happened to intercostal muscle reaction? What happened to the external and what happened to the internal? Yes, and external will relax and internal will contract. Good. Now how about the ribcage movement? Okay, ribcage will be go downward and inward. Okay. Then how about the diaphragm? In inhalation, it is flattened. So how about when we exhale? Yes, the flat will become a curvy one, right? So the curve will be go upward. Okay, so how about the thoracic cavity? How about the volume and the pressure? Yes, pressure will be increased. Why? Because the volume will be decreased. Good. And then how about the air movement? It will go out from our lungs. So you need to understand and remember the 5 processes of exhalation and inhalation. Yes, you have to know, you have to understand, you have to remember, because this is so important. This is the keyword of this topic. Okay, so do you have any question? Yes? No? Are you still good? Understand? Okay, good. So, because of you don't have any questions, so I will give you homework. Wait for a moment, okay? Okay, as for homework, I want you guys to form. Okay, I want you guys to form 3 groups. And then, first, you guys need to draw respiratory system. Of human. Include the exhale and inhale processes as well, okay? And then the second one is discuss why human is advisable to breathe through nose instead of mouth. Okay, so please do this homework and we will discuss in our next lesson. Okay, do you have any question? Okay, so if you have any question regarding to our lesson or homework, you can see me at the office. Okay, Okay, so before we end our class, I want one person to summarize what we already learned for today. Okay, Alia, can you tell me what are we going to learn? What we all already learned for today. Okay, the first one is we learned about what? Human breathing mechanism. Okay, and then yes, 5 important processes of inhalation and exhalation. Okay, list it for me. Intercostal muscle, internal and external intercostal muscle, then rib cage movement, and then diaphragm movement, and then thorax cavity, and then the last one is movement of air. Okay, good. Okay, Shahira, and then what you learn also? The difference between exhale and inhalation. Okay, in terms of what? Okay, in terms of processes. Okay, and then in terms of yes, gas that enter and out, right? Okay, and then in terms of what? In terms of state, condition of our body. Okay, good. So it means that you guys already understand what we already learned for today. So hopefully you understand, and if there's any question, please come to me and ask me. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for joining my class. Thank you for participating in our class. Thank you for give a full cooperation in our class. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye.